everyone, it's Monica and welcome back to my channel. Well, today I want to talk to you about storage. And as my collection of Tim Holtz dies and Tim Holtz stamps increases, I'm having a bit of a storage issue. Now, I noticed on scrapbook.com they are having a storage sale, and I went to look at some of their options, and they have some great options, but honestly, it's difficult for me to spend a lot of money on storage, and I'll tell you why. The cost of one storage bin plus shipping can get me another stamp set. And me personally, I like to spend my money on stamps and dies and inks rather than storage. So I always try to come up with some sort of solution that's not going to break the bank. So when I was looking at some of the photos over on scrapbook.com, they came up with this storage solution that fit the Tim Holtz dies, where you can put them sideways and then you can flip through them. Now currently I'm housing my stamps in this, and while this is perfectly acceptable, it's a little bit bulky for me. Now if you only have, a few stamp sets, or if you like this look, it's perfect. And while I love the look, I have to go for functionality at this point, and this just doesn't hold enough for me. I can get about 10 stamps in here, but it's gonna take this much room on my shelf. So as my stamps start to increase, I have to really think about how I'm gonna store things. Additionally, my Sissix dies are starting to grow as well, and I always like to have my dies next to my cutting station because I tend to forget what I have, and if you're like me, you probably are the same. So I like to have things within visual and within reach, because then when I'm going to create a project, I can just flip through my dies, I can flip through my stamps, and I can kind of start to get my ideas rolling. So let me show you what I came up with. So I was at the dollar store today. Yeah, I said the dollar store. I shop at the dollar store, and I saw this. It is a rectangle bin, and it's cloth, but it's relatively sturdy. But what I love about this is the ability to be able to flip through this. And they fit my Tim Holtz stamps perfectly. So I can fit a lot of stamps in here. I'm going to count them in just a minute for you. And it fits perfectly on my shelf. And not only that, but I can also transport this to my craft desk. So when I get into the crafty mood, I can put these right next to me. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Okay, so this is 10 right here. And this is what would fit in a binder. But as you can see, I probably got triple that in here. And it's only going to take this much room on my shelf. So this is about 2 folders right here, right in half would be about 2 folders. But I can stick it on my shelf, I can transport it to me, and then I can have all of my lovelies right next to me when I am crafting. Now some people might think, well, I don't want to do this because what if my stamps fall off? Well, if you keep your stamps clean, and if you keep your packaging, your plastic clean, then your clean stamps are going to fit, are going to stay nicely. But if they do happen to fall off in the bin, it's really not that big of a deal, right? Because when you pull it out, you're going to see that one of the stamps may have fallen out. So that doesn't bother me. But I got this for $1.25. The dollar store is no longer $1 these days. But I got it for $1.25. And it even has this little hook if I wanted. Too bad it doesn't have one here. That would be nice. But if I want to lift it up, I have this little handle here. But I love it. I took one of my empty plastics to the dollar store because I wanted to find a container that would fit. And I didn't necessarily want it tall. I wanted it sideways because I like to be able to see the name of my stamp set. So that's what I'm doing for my stamps. And I think I'm going to go back to the dollar store and get a few more of these because you can't go wrong for $1, right? All right, let me show you what I'm doing with my dies. So when I was at the dollar store, you've seen this. They have these little storage boxes that they hold all their product in, right? And they had one of these, and this was a suit storage bag. And they had a couple of them in here. So I took them out and I kind of measured it, figuring will it work with my dies? And it would. So I took this up to the register and I asked if I could have it. And they said yes. So I was able to get 2 of these for free. Now it's not very pretty, I agree, but I'm going to decorate it. I mean, that's what we do, right? We decorate things. But as you can see, it fits my dies perfectly. And it didn't cost me anything. So I'm going to probably be going back and looking for a few more of these also. I will invest on some of these plastics, and they're on sale over at scrapbook.com right now. So if you want to do the same, get them while they're on sale. But I decided against the actual storage containers because I came up with a cheaper solution. I like the idea of having my plastic, the dies in my plastic, because you've got a lot of little loose bits and bobs and it holds them nicely. So these will be staying in my pockets. And as you can see, this is already full for me, so I may have to go back and get a couple more. But I'm so excited that I was able to figure this out, and I wanted to share it with you because I know a lot of us love to spend our money on our actual craft supplies and not necessarily on storage. So I hope this has helped you out. If you have a local dollar store or even your Target stores, you know, anybody that has these little boxes, your hardware store probably, just take one of your dies and find one that fits. And if you have to take some of the product out, just take it out. They'll never know. And then go up to the counter and ask if you can have it. But it's a great solution for me. I may be destashing these. So if you are interested in these, they are perfectly fine. Just a little bit too bulky for me. And I will be selling them for less than the retail price, of course, but they are in perfect condition. So if you are interested in these, if I do decide to destash, just leave me a comment in the description box, or better yet, send me an email. I'll leave my email address below, and let me know if you're interested in purchasing these if I do decide to destash. I kind of want to get my feel for my storage solution for a bit, maybe a few days, see if it's going to work for me before I decide to destash this. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to share with you a quick and easy solution, and an inexpensive one, because that really is the key. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.